You've heard of Martha Stewart and Wall Street with Greed is Good. Now get ready for Stickbug committing insider trading. What did he do? Let me tell you. It begins with the Stonks Guy, who worked as an investment banker for the Chads Corporation, Chad Corp. The Stinks Guy is the Stonks Guy's brother. They started talking about the confidential workings of Chad Corp on a regular basis. This is where Stickbug comes in. He falls in love with the two brothers' adoptive sister, Rey. Rey was adopted by the Stonks family after the Skywalker Force ghosts denounced her identifying herself as a Skywalker. Anyway, Stickbug and Rey get hitched. The Stinks Guy gets close with his new brother-in-law, and soon he ropes Stickbug in on the confidential dealings of Chad Corp. Stickbug used this insider information to make several big stock trades, and he reaped the stonks. Stickbug didn't actually perform the trades, as he did through his father's, brother's, nephew's, cousin's former roommate, Thanos. At the time, Thanos was still under the radar and preparing for the Infinity War. Riding on the high of making the big bucks, Stickbug decided to flaunt his moves to the public by asserting dominance upon unsuspecting innocents. These antics drew the ire of Rick Astley, who quickly discovered Stickbug's illegally gotten gains. Astley showed no hesitation and reported Stickbug to the SEC. Stickbug was arrested by federal authorities sometime after and was put on trial for securities fraud charges. If you got this far, you've probably deduced that this is all made up and never happened. Yes, these characters, except for Rick, are fictional. However, you may find this chain of events oddly specific. This is because it mostly follows the facts behind a real case, US vs. Salman, which went before the US Supreme Court recently in 2016. By the way, hello ladies, gentlemen, and New York City hot dog vendors. I am Sir Goodness. Please press the subscribe button. It's free, and you can change your mind at any time. As for our venerable Stickbug, did he commit insider trading? Let's find out by looking at the Salman case and insider trading law in general. First on the plate, what is insider trading anyway? It's when somebody uses material, non-public information to buy or sell stocks. Information is material when it substantially affects an investor's decision to buy or sell. Also, the term material is used in many areas of law. For example, in deceptive trade practices law, something I covered in my video about Blizzard's advertising of Warcraft Reforged, material information is information that considerably affects a consumer's decision to buy a product. So basically, material information is important and useful information. When it's non-public and you can act on it, it's insider trading. Insider trading can be legal in some situations. Insiders can do insider trading, but it has to be disclosed to the public. Insiders are directors, officers like the CEO, and major shareholders of a company. These insiders have a duty of trust and confidence to a corporation and the shareholders to not use confidential information for their own personal advantage. These insiders must report their stock ownership and dealings to the SEC in a timely manner. The SEC stands for the Securities Exchange Commission, not to be confused with the Southeastern Conference for college sports. So, insiders can't quietly use their inside knowledge to reap the stonks. But what if an insider becomes a tipper and spills the inside info to someone else who will become a tippee? Is that tippee bound by the same duty to a company's confidential information as the tipper himself? What if the tippee relays the information to a third person? What happens to him? These are questions that will decide Stickbug's fate. Fortunately for us, and unfortunately for him, the Supreme Court has the answer. In 1983, the Supreme Court established that the tippee's liability can arise when a tipper gives the insider information for a personal benefit. In other words, the tippee will acquire the same duty that the tipper has, that duty of trust and confidence to the source of insider information, like a company, to not use that information for personal advantage. However, giving away information without getting a personal benefit is not enough to make it illegal. A personal benefit can be inferred in two different ways. The first is when the tipper receives something of value in exchange for giving insider information. The second way is the gift theory, when the tipper is gifting the information to a trading relative or friend. The idea here is that the tipper gives the information to the family member or friend with the expectation that they will take advantage of it. Let me dish out a few examples to make this easier to follow. First example, when the tipper just gives away confidential information. If Stonks Guy had information about Chad Corp and casually informed Fall Guy 9634, aka Barry, about it, Barry will not be on the hook for insider trading because the tipper, Stonks Guy, gets no personal benefit because he freely gave the information away to Barry, a stranger. Second example, when the tipper receives something of value in exchange for the gift of confidential information. We see Stonks Guy in a dark and creepy forest outside of Hogwarts. He stands in a clearing, the ghosts haunting the area, lurking in curious comportment. A bone-chilling noise emanates around the many primeval and indurated tree trunks. He who shall not be named, the Dark Lord himself, Lord Voldemort, appears before the Stonks Guy. The Stonks Guy asks, "Hey Baltimore, Chad Corp is primed to make some big moves. You want in on the Stonks?" Voldemort looks at him sternly and retorts, "How much for these Muggle secrets?" Stonks Guy retorts, "About $350. Tons of silver bullion, Mr. Voldemort." Voldemort responds with surprise in his voice, $3 million US? Fine. So there, the tipper, Stonks Guy, is deriving a personal benefit from selling the insider info to Voldemort, and Voldemort, the tippee, is liable if he goes ahead and performs some insider trading. Voldemort knows that it's insider information. On top of that, he now owes a duty to the source of the information, which is the Chad Corp shareholders in this example. This means that he has to disclose the information before he trades, or simply do nothing. Otherwise, it will be illegal insider trading. The third example is when the tipper is gifting the information to a trading relative or friend. In fact, we can resolve Stickbug's case right here. After all, it emulates the facts of Salman, which was decided on this element. Anyway, the tipper, Stonks Guy, gifts his brother, Stinks Guy, the confidential Chad Corp info. Because of Stinks Guy's family relationship, Stonks Guy is deriving a personal benefit from giving him the insider information. Stinks Guy acquires the duty of trust and confidence to Chad Corp, and any insider trading on his part will be illegal. But what about Stickbug? His case follows the same example, but now Stinks Guy is effectively the tipper, and Stickbug becomes the tippee. These two are family, so tippee liability by gift theory happens again, meaning that Stickbug will be found guilty of insider trading. This is exactly what happened in the Salman case. Maher Kara discussed with his brother, Michael, confidential information regarding Citigroup clients' mergers and acquisitions. Michael relayed the info to Salman, who did insider trading as a result and got caught. But why did such a cut and dry case make it all the way to the Supreme Court? It seems straightforward. I mean, you have confidential information and give it to a relative, the relative will be in trouble if they inside trade on that info. What happened is that an earlier 2014 case from the Second Court of Appeals held that the gift theory follows a more stringent standard. That is, the tipper needs to also receive something of value in exchange for gifting information to a friend or relative. The Supreme Court ruled that this exchange of value requirement does not apply to insider trading information gifted to relatives and friends. Because of this, the Salman case became clear-cut, since Salman's family relationship with the Kara brothers was enough to show that he was liable for trading on the inside info. For these same reasons, Stickbug, the Stonks brothers, and probably Thanos too, would all go to prison. To recap it all, insider trading is when you use material non-public information to trade stocks. If you exchange the info for something of value, or gift it to a relative or friend who knows what's going on, they will be in trouble if they do insider trading. There's so much more breadth and depth to insider trading, but I hope this video was interesting and informative nevertheless. Thank you for watching. Go like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you want to see videos directly or tangentially similar to this one. Goodbye!